Hey guys, welcome back to my space. My name is Etitolu Alope. I am a beauty and lifestyle blogger from Lagos, Nigeria. If you're joining me for the first time, thank you. I am also a makeup artist and my socials is right there on the screen. So in today's video, I'll be showing you how to prep your skin for makeup. But before I go on, do not forget to like, comment, share, and turn on your notification bells in case I'll be dropping more amazing videos, which of course I will. Okay, welcome back. And before I go on, I need us to understand why we even need to prep our skin in the first place. So it is one thing to have a good makeup, it is another thing to be able to make it last long, and the only secret to that is a good skin prep. And you need to understand the fact that when choosing a skin prep to do for your skin, for your makeup, it is also the same as choosing like a skincare routine for you. And obviously that means for each person it is different. And when I mean each person, I mean each skin type, it is different. What I would do to prep my skin for makeup as a combination skin is not the same thing you would do if you have like a completely oily skin and a normal skin or a completely dry skin. So you need to first understand your skin type, and the best way to check for your skin type, it is right like as you wake up or right straight minutes after the shower, after you get out of the shower. And for dry skin, your face is usually dry all around your face, and every time you look at your face, it looks like it is crusty and dry. That means your face is dry. For me, I have a combination skin. Combination skin means you have both oily and dry skin. That is, around your T-zones area, you are usually oily. I am just fresh out of the shower, and I don't know if you can see it, but I'm already producing some oil, and it is just some minutes after. While this part of my face, the rest of my face, that is not my T-zones, is usually just dry. And if you have an oily skin, a completely oily skin, you produce oil all around your face. And if you have a normal skin, it is just in the name, normal. So what I'll be doing today is what I do as a normal to combination skin. And actually this works for also for people with other type of skin. That is, it works for almost everybody. So whether you're oily, you're dry, or no, whatever your skin type is, you can also settle for this step. But for all steps, whether you're oily, you have oily skin, you have dry skin, there's one thing that is always constant. So my face is like this, you can see, because I didn't do any skin care on my face because of the purpose of this video. So I didn't want to do anything that, because I know I'll be doing the first step when it comes to skin prep, which is cleansing. Yes, you have to cleanse your skin. So you have two options actually. It is either you use a makeup wipe, or you can test for the just wipes, anything that can get your face clean. You can use the baby wipes or makeup wipes. I actually love this baby wipes because of the moisture. It has like a lot of moisture. Another thing you can do to cleanse your face is the use of a micellar water. So I personally today will be using the wipes, but you can settle for a micellar water, especially if you or your clients have like a lot of dirt on their face. Maybe they've been wearing makeup previously, or their face is not probably properly washed. So you can make use of micellar water, and you can apply this using a cotton pad or a cotton wool, just any of the two. I usually use both depending on like my mood. So the very first step is to cleanse your skin. The next step after cleansing is to use a toner. So the idea behind using this product step after step is because of the texture of the liquids. They are mostly liquids, and the idea is just so that the lighter one can go into your skin first, and then you can go in with the thicker ones, so that way one is not acting like as a barrier to the other from sitting into your skin. So like I said, you can apply with a cotton pad or a cotton wool. For today's video, I would be using a cotton pad, and like I said, the next step is to use a toner, and that is what I'll be doing like right now. So I would be applying that like all over my face. We would be moving on to the third step, which is a serum. So this is optional, but I love to use like a serum, and this is the one I'll be going for, the Pei Mei Vitamin C serum. And with the dropper, I'm just going to drop 2 on my skin. And guys, be careful, be sanitary as much as possible. Don't let the dropper touch your skin. I know some of you be like, it is mine, I know, but do you know that sometimes you just have those dirt on your face, and putting it back into your skincare, it just doesn't make sense. It's just like, yeah, just, you know, it's right, the reason is right there, so don't do that. So I'll be using my hand too. You can use a brush if you want to, but for easy application, and because I am not with my skincare brush right now, so I would be going in with my ends. Just make sure that your ends are very clean. I'm very sure mine are very clean. So yeah, because they are liquids, so they tend to give this wet look. Yeah, so if you don't want that, the best way for you to know that it is all ready, like your face is all ready for the next step, is when this one is all dried up. So you just have to, you can speed up the process by using an hand fan, but I'm just going to let this air dry. The next step after this is to go in with a moisturizer. You can use any moisturizer of your choice. It is best advised to go for the one that you use for your skincare. Yes, and just go look for a lightweight moisturizer. And I love lightweight moisturizers because I'm trying to make sure that, you know, this thing gets dried fast. So I usually use the Karite Rose Face Emulsion moisturizer. It is a moisturizer, like I use it as a moisturizer. So I'm just going to be using my hand, like I said, and placing that like right under my eyes. So the thing is, from the name moisturizer, this is supposed to help add moisture back to your face, because remember, after cleansing, we removed all the moisture and all the oils on your face. So this is supposed to help you rejuvenate your skin and bring it back to its normal texture. And the most important part that you want to keep moisturized is the under eye. Yes, so whatever you're doing that is moisturizing, you want to concentrate that like under your eyes, and that is exactly what I'm doing here. I'm just taking all of that goodness like under my eyes. I'm still going to be applying it all over my face. One thing you should never compromise on is your moisturizer. Don't go easy on it. Don't let it be too much. Yeah, it is always bad when everything is too much, but just give like the right amount, if you know what I mean. So just until you can feel that softness in your skin. Just so I heard, in case you want to go for the same product I am using in this video, I'll be dropping their names in the description. And just since you might be going for it, I think it's just important that I drop this. Before you use this moisturizer, please kindly shake it, because it tends to settle and leaves you with lumps all over your face. So always make sure you shake it before using. So I'm just going to go ahead and massage that into my skin. Like I said, you can use a fan to speed up the process, the drying process, but I'm just going to be letting this air dry. So when we are done moisturizing our skin, this is what we have. And as you can see, we are already getting that dewy look, and obviously you can see that my face is now back to life compared to what it was when I started this video. So the next step, because I tend to produce oil a lot, like a lot around my nose, I would be going in. This is an optional step. So like I said, I am prepping my skin as a combination skin, which means that I tend to produce like oil around my T-zones, and that is why this next step is very necessary. So if you don't produce oil on your face, you can skip this process. And the next step is using sweat or an oil block. So the one I use is this Adventure Sweat and Oil Barrier. So if you once you get it, you can get it on their site or any random market. So I would be going in with that with a cotton pad, and I'll be applying it on the areas that I know that I produce all the most. Like I said, that is around my T-zones. Next and the final step, or the next step before the final step, is a primer. And this is one part that most people, especially beginners, struggle with the most. I struggled with it too. It is finding the right primer. You can always maneuver the rest of the step, but from this part, once you mess it up, you mess up your whole makeup, and that is choosing the right primer. Like I said, prepping your skin for makeup depends on your skin type. So now I have taught you how to like check for your skin type. So if you have gotten that right, then choosing a primer shouldn't be hard, because most of these primers are self-descriptive. They tend to like tell you what they do. So you will see a mattifying primer and a hydrating primer. Some are just direct, they write dry skin and oily skin on it. So if you get such type of primer, just know that you are going straight for the one that has dry skin if you have dry skin, and as the case may be, if your skin is oily. But if the words like mattifying and hydrating are used, you just need to know that mattifying means to dry out. So you as an oily skin or a combination skin might want to settle for a mattifying primer, because you want that area of your face that produce oil, which might end up ruining your makeup later, to get mattified. That is to not produce oil while you have your makeup on or for a particular period of time. So as a dry or combination skin, if you tend to produce oil on your face, you might want to settle for a mattifying primer. And one primer that I use is the classic mattifying face primer. There are other high-end brands and even brands that are not up to classic that are very good. You just need to find like a good recommendation and test it out to make sure that it works just fine. So I use this like a lot. I've been using it for a while now, and it is very good. And if your skin is very dry, that is, your skin is always dry, you need moisture. It means your skin lacks most moisture. So that is what you want to do by putting in moisture back to your face. So you can do that with the help of your primer. You want something that will be like a glue between your face and your foundation, and you also want something that will add moisture to your skin at the same time, and that is why you need an hydrating primer. And one, I don't use like an hydrating primer, because like I said, I have like combination skin and I don't necessarily apply primer all over my skin. Also, I said if you have dry skin, you can go for a primer that just says dry skin on it. And I use this particular primer. I found it one time on YouTube, yeah, and I decided to check it out, and it has been working just fine. So I applied this primer that says dry skin on other part of my face, and then I go in with the classic mattifying primer on my T-zones, which is the area that I know I produce oil. And one thing you should take note of is to avoid your under eyes when using primers. Just, if anything you should be putting under your eye, it is moisturizers, not primers. You don't need primers. So now that I'm done applying the primer for dry skin, which I've applied on the dry part of my skin, I will be going on with the mattifying primer on my T-zones, which is the area I produce oil, like I've said earlier. So when you are done with that, you should have something like this. Yes, as you can see, this part of my face is no longer wet. It is now like dried up. So that is the effect of the primer. Unlike this side of my face, I don't know if you can see that. This is like mattified already. So the next step I'm just going to be doing is moisturizing my lip, and I do that with this Vaseline moisture lip therapy moisturizer. I use it as a moisturizer. So I'm just going to be generous with that. So now that my face is ready, I would be doing one last step. So this is optional. It is to use like a setting spray to lock all of that in, and I'm using the OG Kiss Beauty setting spray. So this is optional, but I love to do it just to ensure that everything I've done is like all locked in. So now that our face is all dried up, this is what we get, and our face is ready to take in all that goodness called makeup. So right after all these steps, you can just go in with your foundation, or if you do your face first, just follow like the normal makeup routine that you usually do. You can be sure to have like a long lasting makeup if you follow these steps thoroughly. And by the way, if you watched up to this point, thank you very much. You know, I love and appreciate you so much. Turn on the notification bells if you want to see the look I end up creating with this skin prep, because that will be the next video after this. Also, if you want me to do like an in-depth video on choosing primers and other makeup products for your skin type, kindly let me know in the comment section. I will be there in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.